sometimes joke with patients that if we did the things our parents or our mothers particularly told us not to do, then I'd be out of a job tomorrow. Those things are: sit up straight, eat your fruits and vegetables, go outside and play, get to bed on time, and don't hit your brother. The first of those things is probably what I see in the clinic most. It's people that don't sit up straight. If you have a job that requires you to sit for prolonged periods of time, we already know that that is a risk factor, the prolonged sitting, for disc-related pain in your back. Sitting with a slumped posture like this is going to cause you problems over time if you don't correct it. Now, does that mean that sitting like this is bad? Not necessarily, as long as most of the time your posture is relatively good. If you have a default posture with this curve protected, whether it's with the use of the muscles here because you have good endurance, or with a passive support with some sort of lumbar support in your chair, then that's what needs to happen. You have to have the curve protected in your low back. One of the best ways that I've found over the years to make sure that that curve is protected is to make people almost a little compulsive about checking their posture. I'm going to suggest that you set a timer. Either go online and look for some shareware or freeware that will remind you to stretch at certain intervals, or put something on your smartphone or even a runner's watch with an interval timer, and set that timer, this is important, at 20 minutes. The ergonomics literature tells us that in people who sit for most of the day, they need to get up and change their posture about every 20 minutes. Here's a quick video to show you something called Bruger's relief posture, which is a suggested way of changing your posture both for your neck and your low back, and improving your pain that you feel with prolonged sitting. Bruger's relief posture is a simple and very good way of breaking your posture from a sitting position during the day. When we sit for most of the day, the head tends to get drawn forward and we tend to slump into a C-shaped spine. The ergonomics research tells us that about every 20 minutes during a day we need to break our posture and overcorrect in the opposite direction that the day is carrying us. So to do that, we're going to do Bruger's relief exercise, and you only need to do it for about 20 to 30 seconds every 20 minutes. Here's how it goes. Thing one, put 2 fingers on your chin and tuck your chin. This is not bending your neck forward. This is just pulling your chin back, sort of like your head is on drawer sliders. It'll even make you talk a little funny when you do that. Keep your chin in that position, and then pull your shoulders back, and notice my thumbs. I'm going to roll my thumbs back as far as I can, and then try to pull them back away from my body. I also want to make sure that my shoulders are not shrugging. We want to pull them down like you're putting your shoulder blades in your back pocket. At the same time, we don't want to pooch forward here, giving yourself a sway back. Keep yourself strongly upright with your pelvis just a little bit tucked as you do those things. And then finally, take 3 deep belly breaths into the lower part of your body. And you're done. 20 to 30 seconds every 20 minutes. To review, thing 1, tuck the chin. Thing 2, roll the shoulders back and down. Thing 3, 3 deep belly breaths. Now, before we leave the topic of sitting, lots and lots of people come in and ask me, Doc, what's the perfect chair? Will you write me a note of clinical necessity for me to get a $2,000 chair at my work? People, the chair is not the answer. The best chair is the one that allows you to get out of it frequently. And how frequently? Well, as you just saw, 20 minutes seems to be something of a magic number there in the research. So get out of your chair frequently. Does that mean that a gym ball is not a good idea? Well, if you sit on a gym ball more than 20 minutes because it doesn't have any support, you're probably going to wind up slumping even worse. So if you're shifting your gym ball out and your chair out, here's a quick trick. Do it every 20 minutes. And at least then you're getting a postural break and giving these muscles a break. So there is no perfect chair that's going to solve your problems, but ideally you're going to have one that has a little bit of support here for arm rests, that raises and lowers to accommodate your particular anthropometry, your body height and size, and ideally it's going to have some sort of good lumbar spine support, so that when these muscles fatigue after a while of you getting stuck at your work, you don't lapse into this position.